The Nigerian striker Victor Osimhen and at the same time the African Footballer of the Year is indecisive thinking of where to go, either to the Saudi or England. It's a very good story to listen this hour and it's one of the top story in the transfer news. Welcome to the Football Review TV show. I am Atolagbe Joshua. In the studio with me, I have someone energetic, someone handsome, and is joining for the first time in the Football Review discussion this hour. I have with me is Timmy Talker. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
All right, in the transfer news this hour, we have a very tight story, and which is the talk of the story under the transfer news. We have Osimhen indecisive of where to go. Though earlier today we heard that Napoli had accepted the deal from Saudi, but Osimhen is yet to accept because there's still underground discussion with the Chelsea management. Tim Tucker, what's your take on it? Is it a good decision as Osimhen is not going to Saudi because now Saudi now I has taken Ivan Tony. What's your take on it?
Um, to me, I believe it's not going to be a good decision for Osimhen if he goes to Saudi Arabia at this point, because I don't think he has really enjoyed Europe like that. He just had one spectacular season. He was eighth on the Ballon d'Or ranking that season, and the next season was a bit tricky. Then the AFCON, he scored a goal. He has not really conquered the world for him enough. He has not really conquered the world enough for him to say he wants to go to Saudi Arabia. So when I heard the news that personal terms was an issue between Saudi and between Al Hilal and Osimhen, I knew that I saw it coming because it was no surprise to me. And about the Chelsea issue, I believe that's for now, that's the best option for him since there are no top clubs in the race for Osimhen right now. It's just Chelsea, and it is expected that Chelsea will want to get the deal to their own favor because they know that there are no little or no competition. You understand?
Okay, Timmy Tucker, do you think if Osimhen joined them at the Stafford Bridge, do you think he's going to take up the first 11 squad? Because with likes of the Jackson at the front line, we have John Felix now. Do you think he's going to come up with the startup?
Definitely, he's breaking into the team. I don't see anybody benching Osimhen. He's better than almost all of them. He's better than in the ninth position. Who? Jackson.
We have Jackson. Like in the last match, he had a goal. He had I think 2 assists, and we also John Felix had his second double, and he came and he had a goal.
He's still at the number 9 position. Osimhen is still the best option out of all of them. He's one of the. You can't mention 5 strikers in Europe right now, and you won't mention Osimhen.
Okay.
So,
and aside the clause of the on the transfer window for Osimhen, one of the setback he's having now is he don't want to move on a loan transfer down to Chelsea.
Yeah. To me, I believe if you don't actually, if you want something and it's not going your way, you have to find your way about it. Now, it has gotten to a point where this is the transfer deadline now.
Today,
Napoli does not want to. They are trying to push you out. Your agent spoke on it and was like, "This is very embarrassing and all of that." The new coach is here. They've signed Lukaku. You know you don't have any place at Napoli anymore, and you have Chelsea. Chelsea is willing to get you, but on a loan deal. I don't think he has any other option. I don't think if his agent will do a good job and make Chelsea dance to his own tune, yeah, fine. But for me, I don't think he has any other option. Chelsea is the best option for now.
All right, he said Chelsea is the best option for now. We are going to know later today because transfer window ends today, and we're going to see if Osimhen is coming down to Chelsea or not. All right, let's travel to Arsenal, the Mikel Arteta team. All right, as Arteta has signed a couple of players. We have Mikel Merino in the midfield. We have Calafiori at the defense line. Also, a new keeper is joining the team. Timmy Tucker, do you think Arteta has made a very good move, creating a new player in the midfield, also in defense, without having a striker?
Yeah, I think if you want to win the league, you have to have a very great defense line. Because there was a time Guardiola came to Manchester City and he spent millions on the defense line. There was a time Liverpool was good, doing well, but they were not contending until Alisson and Van Dijk came. So the defense needs to be good. Now, the reason why Arsenal is contending for the league is because they have good defense lines, Saliba and Gabriel. And to maintain that, you need to solidify the point. Arsenal's left back position was so tricky. They were using Kyrgios, Zinchenko sometimes, and because Timber was injured,
Injured, yeah.
so you need like a backup for that. And one thing I'll praise Mikel Arteta for is that in the back line, he signs versatile players. Calafiori can play as a CB, he can play as a right
That's
back, can
back.
play as a left back. Tomiyasu the same thing, Timber the same thing. So this adding more to the defense lines is a very wise move. And for the midfield, Mikel Merino is a very nice addition, but I don't see anything spectacular in the whole squad because Fabio Vieira left, Smith Rowe
To
left,
left,
two
yeah.
talented guys, and definitely you have to fill the void, and that's why Fabio Vieira came. So, and about the number nine situation, I just believe Ateta knows he needs a nine, but he doesn't just want to enter the market and just buy any nine.
Right.
He wants to buy a player that can actually fill in that jigsaw and perform. So if he goes for any nine, Arsenal fans will still be the one calling for his head.
Yeah, even being desperate to have a number nine in the team.
Yeah.
Even well, the way I'm looking at the pattern Arsenal plays is very difficult for a striker to blend with the team because they play from the back to the midfield, then to the attacking line. They move forward at the same time. Do you think if they have a natural nine there standing at the front, do you think it will be able to blend with the team?
Um, I disagree a bit with that because that was what I said in the time of there was a season Pep Guardiola did not use a nine. It was there was Gabriel Jesus, but he was not using him as a nine. He was using him as a winger, and they still won the league anyway. But he did not make it in the Champions League and all of that. So if you want to contend, if you want to compete for some major trophies, you will need a goal scorer.
Hmm.
Yeah, no matter the pattern you are playing, no matter the style, you will need someone that will push in goals for you. And that is why he brought in Haaland the next season. Boom, 36 goals in the Premier League. They won the Champions
Champions
League,
League
they won the
treble.
league treble. That's what. And if you look at the Barcelona of that time, Barcelona don't use nine like that. Before Guardiola left and this Enrique came and they bought Suarez and the rest was history. Suarez is a very good goal scorer and they won the treble too. MSN.
Okay,
So
let's see. Yeah, Arsenal we end at the end of the season without a national nine. Either they will be at the top four or winning the league or resume back to where they used to be, second on the table for the past couple of years. But I will
couple of
also
years, it's only 2 years now. Yes, couple
yeah,
of
a couple
years.
minutes to 2 years. I think I'm right.
The couple you are using it as if it's like 15 years.
All right, thank you, Timmy Tucker. Also, in our last podcast, we talked about Liverpool not willing to sign a new player despite the changing of the coach. We have our slot there, but it was a shock to us when we saw that slot has taken Shezia Federico from Juventus.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a good decision for Federico to join Liverpool at this time because we still have classic players in Liverpool?
Actually, I would give kudos to Liverpool, the board and the management because their sign is always coming as a shock to everyone.
Mm.
Fabrizio don't know they don't see it coming.
Yeah.
It will just come. Liverpool has signed
Like the
this.
coming of the Lord.
Like you won't even know that when they sign Salah, you don't even know Salah or any speculations on anything. Now about the player, I'm a very big fan of Chesa and he's doing very well. He played well in the last not this one, the 2020 Euro. That was where I actually knew Chesa. He was a very hardworking player. Yeah, hardworking player. And why I respect Liverpool is that they don't just buy players; they buy
Mm.
players that fit into their style of play, and this guy fits
Mm.
perfectly into their style of play. So about him entering the team or not, well, let's leave the coach to decide because I believe he's a very good player. He will be in the starting level.
Okay, let's see. Let's watch out. They'll be playing this weekend against Manchester United. It's going to be a Super Sunday,
Mm.
but we still go to that. Let's talk about Ademola Lookman, the Nigerian guy,
Yeah,
the guy that had hat trick against the German champion. All
and
right,
especially
now
the final.
yeah, the final.
Uh,
Okay,
yeah, that's very important.
very important. All right, now PSG is taking on Ademola Lookman, and he dated that have that PSG is proposing a salary of 4.5 million euro per season. That will make Lookman the first Nigerian star to be paid highest salary in the history
Mm.
of Europe. What's your take on it?
Yeah, it's deserved because if we look at it, that's like the African Player of the Year. If we
Yeah.
have to look at it like either him or Boniface. Yeah, Boniface deserves it also. But Ademola Lookman, he won the Europa League, beating Boniface's team, and he scored an hat-trick there. So if you have to look at it, I'm personally, I would say Boniface or Ademola Lookman. So he's in the contention for Africa Player of the Year. And PSG, I love their trajectory now. Their trajectory is now making sense because they are trying to transition from buying the big players to buying what they need.
Yeah.
Now Mbappe left, PSG we know before would go and find one superstar like Salah or those one just to fill in
Filling the
Mbappe's
space.
gap. But
Yeah.
now they are just relaxed. Let us just buy players that we need. We don't need the big names again. There are many big names that have played for PSG: Ibrahimovic, Cavani, Neymar, Messi, Mbappe, and still no
No
Champions League.
Champions League.
So now I think they are beginning to change the whole story, the whole transition, and they want players that are good, but the hype is not
Yeah.
too much. Yeah,
Bec-
so I think it's a good signing, and it's good for both parties.
both parties. Because even aside Lukman joining the team, we also have they had a trio in the midfield. We have the Douglas Lewis, you have Kefren
Yeah,
Turam, and you have to Kopemia in the midfield. Though
in
earlier
the
this
midfield
is
of is it PSG
Juventus.
or Juventus?
You,
Yeah,
yeah, we are talking about Juventus
Juventus.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Juventus is also ready to keep on to defend their title.
Juventus is one team that did they win the title? They don't. I didn't think they win the last one.
No, yeah, after the after Ronaldo left,
Yeah,
they've been struggling.
yeah.
So
They
with
didn't
the class
win.
of player they have now, winning their first match,
Yeah.
winning their second match again, they came from behind to win their second match. What's your take on it?
Um, in Italy, there anybody can beat anybody. Like in England, we know yeah, Man City is top.
Yeah,
We know Liverpool, Arsenal. These three people are like top. They will now start talking of the mid-table teams like Manchester United, Chelsea, and all of that. So
and
when
others,
and others, yeah. Maybe Chelsea, Tottenham, and others.
others.
Because Manchester United, I don't see them doing. So when we talk of Italy, we have Napoli, we
Yeah,
have Roma, we have Inter Milan, we have Atalanta,
you have
we have AC
Monaco.
Milan. Monaco is in France.
If
We
I'm
have
sorry, it's
we
in
have AC
France.
Milan. We have like six teams that can win the league. So when Juventus is trying to do something, Conte is already in Napoli. He's a serial winner. He can win the league and all of that. So the addition of Douglas Lewis to the team, yeah, I respect that. Douglas is a very fine player. In Aston Villa, he achieved the top four for Emery's side and all of that. But I don't see any change there. I don't think they are still contenders, sha. They can try, but
Can try.
they can try
All
because I'm
right.
a big fan of Vlahovic.
Okay.
So
All right. Thank you. That's it on the transfer news. Let's travel to the features we have this weekend. But before then, let's look into the last match against Las Palmas. That is Real Madrid against Las Palmas yesterday.
oh
We talk about Mbappe leaving PSG coming to Real Madrid, and everyone was thinking it's going to be a very big
yeah,
achievement for
yeah,
Real Madrid to continue to win as they used to be.
yeah.
But the reverse is the case when they had their first match against Mallorca. They
Mm,
played 1-1,
yeah.
and their second match they played 3-0, but it was as if they fought before they could add the three goals.
Mm,
Now they played yesterday against Las Palmas. Las Palmas almost won the match, but thank God for the offside track.
wow.
What do you think Madrid is
Mm,
trying to do now?
to me, it's too early to
Side.
criticize
Okay.
Mbappe because it's a new league. I would give him that. You're coming from your comfort zone, which is France, he's a French player, to a new league. So it is still too early to decide. And again, everybody was expecting it. When you have a team of stars, you have Vinicius, you have Rodrigo, you have Mbappe. The penalty they played, last
Vinicius.
time. Vinicius went to take
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Normal. If Mbappe had gone to another team, maybe let's say Arsenal, for example, that penalty would be a no-brainer. It would be Mbappe that
Mm.
would take it. But now we are in Madrid. This is the big team. This is where the big boys are. You have
Uh,
to calm down. Yeah, that's
relax
the
first.
message they are trying to
Relax
pass.
first and see how we do things
Yeah,
here.
that's the message they are trying to pass. We are big boys here. And the two top Ballon d'Or contenders are in this team. Bellingham and Vinicius. We
Even
are
we
no
have
even there.
Modric.
Still have Modric. Rose is retired, but he's still an honorable mention. So they still have to blend together. Mbappe best position is the left wing. Now, if you are trying to put Mbappe into the ninth position and integrate him, you will know that they need time. They need time to flow well. They need time to understand themselves. If Mbappe was in the left wing, yeah, he can create magic on his own, but you have to bring him up as a nine, as a
And
natural nine.
natural nine.
So I knew it would not be so easy, but definitely Mbappe is a very great player. He will still pick up, definitely.
Okay, let's see what will happen at the end of the season. Either it's going to be Barcelona or Real Madrid. Now let's look at the fixtures of the English Premier League. Arsenal will be at home against Brighton. Brighton has won their first two matches. Arsenal also won their first two matches.
Yeah.
What's your take on it?
Yeah, Arsenal won their first two matches. Brighton won their first two matches. Brighton won a side, a Manchester United side
Yeah.
that is far from being a good side.
Arsenal,
Arsenal won an
Aston
Aston
Villa.
Villa side that entered the
Oh, don't
top four
forget,
last season.
Manchester United is also one of the top teams in England.
Yeah, yeah, one of the top teams in England. The way you said it's not on the pitch. You understand? So there's a difference between being top team in England
And
on
the
paper
pitch. Okay.
and on the pitch. So, but Arsenal played against Aston Villa side that entered the top four in their own home and won 2-0. So I pitched Arsenal to win the match 2-1. Let me give them one. But
All right.
Brighton are very great goal scorers.
Okay, Vardy is also back to APL, and we saw the way he handled Tottenham having a 1-1 draw. And Leicester will be playing against Aston Villa this weekend. What's your take on it?
Yeah, I believe that match is a very tricky match because both of them are unpredictable. They can sting you at the moment you least expected it. So I believe Aston Villa is coming with like the disappointment from the Arsenal game.
Yeah.
They are coming there to
And they also want to show us that they are capable to play the Champions League.
yes.
Because it's not
The
for the
Champions
it's not
League
for the
draw
small
just
children.
happened. Yeah, the Champions League draw just happened
Yesterday.
Yeah, and some people's own are taking place today.
Yeah.
So Aston Villa they have levels to it. So let's see. I'll predict 2-1 as well, but in favor of Aston Villa.
Aston Villa. All right. My West Ham will also be playing Manchester City. With the caliber of players West Ham are this season, they've signed a lot of players.
Yeah.
Their regular customer, Manchester City always win them at least 3 goals. But is there going to be a turnaround this season?
It's not turnaround anywhere. Manchester City will still beat them. They should sign the best players, all of them. Manchester City is in a phase right now that Haaland is in very crazy form. Now, when you play against that kind of team, I don't know the kind of method you will deploy, but they are going to punish you. And West Ham are a very, very loose team. Last season, Arsenal won them 6-0. Teams they concede a lot, so you can't be a conceding team and you are facing Manchester City with their striker in form. 4-1.
Okay, for
4-1.
4-1. You are not joking at all.
It's 4-1. No, to be honest.
All right. On Sunday, Chelsea will be playing Crystal Palace at Stamford Bridge.
For one reason or the other, I believe in this Enzo Maresca's project.
Okay.
I just believe
because the turnaround, though the last one we didn't expect Madueke to start.
And they started and they scored an hat-trick. Yeah. Parma Madueke, their chemistry was nice in that match. And we saw Joao Felix score on his debut. Yeah. And maybe or maybe not, Osimhen will join the team. So
okay, let's
say, but I'll still go for a draw because Crystal Palace are one big team destroyers.
They come when you are not expecting them.
Yes, I'll give you 1-1 draw.
All right, Newcastle will also be playing the Tottenham, the Spurs on Sunday.
I don't like Spurs. I'm an Arsenal fan. I don't like Tottenham, but they won their match easily last match. I think it was 4-0. 4-0, right? The opponent did not score. So, and Newcastle after the Champions League qualification season, I don't think they've been consistent with it.
They are still being consistent.
They are not in Europe now. Are they in Europe?
They are in Europe. I think they'll be playing the Conference
League. I think it's Manchester United that is playing Conference League. So let's say a draw. Okay. Let me give them a draw.
That's a goalless draw or 1-1 draw, 2-2, 3-3, 4-4, 5-5.
Let me say 2-2.
2-2.
Because both of them score goals.
All right, on Sunday we're having a Super Sunday. That is the Manchester United versus Liverpool.
I don't know why they still call it Super Sunday. One team obviously killed you 7-0 last night. How is it the Super Sunday?
They are still one of the top teams in England.
Yeah, you need to
on Sunday is going to pull a crowd at Stamford Bridge. At Old Trafford.
Old Trafford. Oh, yeah. Okay. You know the result already. Now, why are you still?
Let me see your opinion.
Liverpool is going to win.
Okay, Liverpool is
Yeah,
going to win.
team that Brighton beats, like they equalized Brighton, they scattered the whole stadium. Brighton still beat them again. So that kind of thing, they really they fall in love a lot, but
All right.
Liverpool will beat them.
Madrid will also be playing Real Betis this weekend. Do you
Yeah,
think it's a win for Madrid?
that's a derby, so it won't be easy. Like it's always tough. Real
Yeah.
Betis and
At
it's a
at
derby
time at
match.
time the
So
highest goal they always have in that match might be two goals, maybe one
yes,
one,
yes,
zero
yes.
one.
No matter how worst you are, when you meet your right, your derby mate, you want to perform. So I think Madrid are still in some. But I'll still give it to Madrid. Let me say 1-0. Very narrow win. Let me say very narrow.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Timmy Talker. Thanks for
Yeah.
joining us on this show
Thank
this
you
this
very
hour.
much for having me.
All right, thank
Okay.
you. That's all we have for you on this edition of the Football Review Show. I am Atalago Joshua, and we have Timmy here with me. Join us next time. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. Thank you.